The Unfiltered by Jade.
Jade. Welcome to the Unfiltered by Jade, where we get out of the box and dive into topics that are sidelined. I look forward to entertain, educate, and inspire. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, donate, and make everybody know about this.
Beats by RB Records.
Shopping assistance, your style, your budget. Our services include online and local shopping for individuals and businesses, personal shopping, purchasing of company and office supplies, importing and exporting small packages across Jamaica and worldwide, and helping you find unique gifts and items for all events and occasions. Contact us at 876-919-5195 or shoppingassistance2015@gmail.com. Shopping Assistance, your style, your budget.
Welcome back to the Unfiltered by Jade. Today we have with us Jocelyn Bennett, and she's here to speak with us about working with troubled children. But before we even go into the topic, I'm going to ask her to introduce herself. Hi, Jocelyn.
Hi, Miss Jade. My name is Jocelyn Bennett, and I work with children who are troubled in school suspension. I also work with specialized kids who have learning disabilities or maybe environmental behaviors that have affected the way they learn. I love what I do. I love to give back, but my most joy is when I get a hold to a child that someone says, "Oh, you can't change them. That's just the way they are. They're just hard-headed." And I work with them. I meet them where they are. I don't talk down to them. But most of all, I give them love. And I make it warm and inviting, letting them know that they're safe with me and they can open up and talk to me about anything. And I mean,
That's a nice, so that they have that security. Awesome. So first and foremost, Jocelyn, who are troubled children, and why is that term used to describe them?
term, who are the troubled children? They are mainly children who have some type of mental illness or learning disability. It could also be antisocial disorder as well, which goes into drug abuse and alcohol abuse. You'd be surprised who they are because they don't look that way. Not all of them look to be troubled.
Why do we use that term though for them, troubled children?
You use the term troubled children because that describes their behavior, their misbehaviors, their conduct. For example, a lot of them will hook school. They will bully other children. They will taunt other children. They will cuss the administrators out. They're just a group of kids that want love, but somewhere along the line, they have been neglected. So they outcry with misbehavior, the way they behave.
Okay. Why I ask that question is because I'm just saying sometimes when we give them that title, we're allowing them to act it out more. It's like we're putting or stigmatizing them
Yes,
on something because they give trouble, right?
yes, correct. And actually, when you call them troubled children, it does make them even more harder to even deal with or work with because they feel that you already feel that they're nobody and all they're going to do is cause trouble. And like I said, that's not true.
Yes.
They just want love and they just want understanding. They've been in some situations that have been well out of their control, and it's almost like it's a guard. It's a shield that they're protecting themselves so that they won't be hurt or disappointed or let down again or even abandoned.
Yeah, I agree with you. Do school systems provide some stability or help for them?
Sure, the school system has a lot of help for them as long as they are eligible. The parents have to go through various paperwork and get them approved. You have one-on-one counseling. You have lots of behavior reward system. If you're working with kids that are up into grades 5, They have what's called DARE, which is a program that a police officer or a resource officer will come in and talk to them about. And DARE means drug abuse resistance education. So there are a lot of programs for these children to get into as long as you find the right program for the right child. And the parents are willing to understand that their child needs the help and not in denial.
Understood. So I mean, it's twofold then, because sometimes some parents won't think that their children need the help.
Yes,
So it's now
exactly.
left on the teachers to carry out what needs to be done and to work with the kids.
Yes, it is. And sometimes you have to take these children out of their classroom into another room to work with them, and that already has them pointed out. And other students want to know, well, why they always got to go out with another teacher or counselor or somebody every day of the week. What's wrong with them? Why do they always look like they're getting special privileges, or how you talk to them or what you say to them? So, yeah, that does kind of also make resources hard for them to get as well, because they don't want to be singled out. They want to be like everybody else.
Right. They don't want to be stigmatized or pushed into a section, and believe with something else. What are the roles of teachers in their lives?
Well, the rules of teachers in their life, first they've got to try to understand the child. They need to have a tight knit, as best as they can, relationship with the child to even get the child to open up, for them to mentor them, influence them, or even uplift them, to even motivate them to do better, be better, and get better. If the child feels that the teacher is just there just to be there and really don't want to be there, the child will pick it up, and the child will be very resentful and will not want to work with the teacher. So the teachers is trying to be the mother, the grandfather. They're actually the bridge between the child and the parent. Teachers, like, we do it all.
Yes. Yeah, I'm agreeing with you. It's what teachers do. You really are the bridge between parents and the children.
Yes, because with the parents can't get it sometimes to the child, and it's not because some of them just don't know how. Some of them working 2-3 jobs, they're busy, they're tired, they got other kids to do. They just so wore out by the time they get home that the information they could give the child is just unavailable to the child. So the teacher comes in and tries to bridge that gap where the child is looking lonely or depressed or antisocial, or even maybe the child's clothes are not the cleanest or the hair is not the calmest. So at times, teachers can play mommies, baddies, counselors, and whatever, even prayer partners, whatever else we need to do to get it done
Yes.
to bring that child around.
Yep, I agree with you. Does their behavior stem from their upbringing?
That could be a twofold question, because we're finding that a lot of medication that these children have to take to kind of keep them leveled out, that interferes with them as far as their behavior, because a lot of medicines make them sleepy. They can't focus. The other part of it, some parents, they don't know how to be parents. And that leads into
Yes.
behavior issues with the child. Some of them are too young. Some of them are just don't have the parenting skills that they need to have. And the child is left to fend for themselves or get food for themselves and siblings. Child takes care of itself. So every child is different. Some could be medication, some could be upbringing, some could be the environment, the people they interact with, the things they watch on TV. A lot of things are triggering these children's behavior besides upbringing.
Okay, there are other factors to it, internally, externally. Does detention or suspension actually help?
It can help the child if the child understands that what I've done was wrong. If they understand that it's a consequence, it's not a punishment. It's to help them to understand that this is not how we will do things to get what you want. Some of these children do things just to get what they want. Some of these children do it for attention. They'll act up in class, they'll be rebellion just to get pulled off the class. Some of them just need a break, and the way they get it, they'll go in for suspension or detention, hang out with their friends, not do work, and some of them go in there and go to sleep. So it depends on the child, what the child mindset is, and some of the children's upbringing. because a lot of kids don't want their parents to find out they've been in detention or suspended.
How can others assist in helping them?
Well, mainly others can assist and help with these children by first understanding that they are children. Their mind is only so far, and some of the things that's going on with them is really not what they want to do, but it comes out the only way they know of what to do. We can assist them by having more activities in the environment, the school system where we're having COVID, and we just some way coming out of it with the mask off. We can kind of level on these children more, and we can be more there for them and more available, more touch with them, more close knit, more one-on-one, not so standoff with them as some of them. Because some of the teachers are really afraid of them, especially when their behaviors get out of control. They just don't know what to do with them.
And some teachers also don't believe that it's their responsibility to help the children in that way.
Correct. And some teachers' motto is, I got my education, you got to get yours. Didn't your parents teach you, or don't you know better? And then that right there throws up a wall between the child and the student. I mean, we do as much as we can. We do a lot of one-on-one with them. Sometimes they get to eat lunch with a favorite teacher or a principal or somebody. They get to do an extra duty in the school. We may have a spirit week, and they can play principal for a day, or walk around and monitor what's going on in the school. Give them extra duties to do, even extra classroom duties, to try to show them how to live correctly, of how to maintain and housekeeping and keep up and make themselves presentable in the community.
Yeah, I agree. Those are some factors that we can implement in school, anywhere. Just get them involved in things to let them at least feel like they're needed. So, Jocelyn, where is it that we can find you?
Well, right now, I don't really have a website. I'm not webby tech, as you can see. If you probably really want to find me, you can reach out to me in my email, which is bjandjojo@hotmail.com.
Thank you so much. We have been coming a far way for this.
Yes.
But we have done it. So thank you so much for having this conversation and sharing some wisdom, even dealing with kids who have behavioral problems. Instead of saying troubled kids, we call them kids with behavioral problems.
Yes.
Right. Thank you also for that insight. We really appreciate it. We want to thank you, listeners, for listening to The Unfiltered by Jade. We'll be back next week, Tuesday. Thank you. Bam, 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 bam,